Good morning, afternoon, everyone. My name is Emily Dawson, and today I stand before you not as the girl who once replaced paper targets on a dusty Navy SEAL training range, but as someone who has walked through fire, earned respect, and found her purpose in serving alongside some of the most elite warriors in the world. My story is one of grit, instinct, and the courage to seize opportunities when they come, sometimes when you least expect them. I'm here to share that journey with you, to show you how an overlooked civilian intern became a trusted strategist, and to inspire you to see that no matter where you start, your potential can take you places you never imagined. Let me take you back to where it all began. Coronado, California, on a Navy SEAL training base. I was 22, a civilian intern with no military credentials, just a double major in physics and systems engineering. My job, mundane. I carried clipboards, fetched water, entered data, and trudged down dusty shooting lanes to replace shredded paper targets after hours of SEAL firearms practice. To the elite warriors training there, I was invisible. No rank, no uniform, just the girl behind the line. But I didn't mind. Being in the background gave me a front row seat to watch some of the most disciplined, precise, and focused individuals I'd ever seen. Every crack of gunfire was like thunder I learned to respect. I observed everything, their movements, their commands, their decisions under pressure. I wasn't there to interrupt or insert myself. I was there to learn, to absorb, to understand the systems and patterns behind their chaos. That morning, like any other, the desert sun was brutal, and the wind whipped dust across the range. I waited for the clear range command, grabbed a stack of fresh targets, and jogged down the line, weaving between shell casings and battered wooden posts. It was routine. It was ordinary. But what I didn't know was that someone was watching me. Someone who saw something I hadn't yet seen in myself. Lieutenant Mason Cole, a decorated SEAL team leader, was different. At 6'2", with sun-darkened skin and a presence that commanded respect, he wasn't known for small talk. That day he stepped into my lane, unslung his battle-worn M4 rifle, and held it out to me. "Take it," he said, his voice low and even. "Shoot." The world slowed. My first thought, this had to be a joke, a prank. I glanced around. The other SEALs were watching, the range silent, heavy with expectation. I hadn't held a rifle in years, not since my father, a Marine sniper, taught me to shoot as a kid. Those memories flooded back. Long afternoons on our ranch, learning to breathe slowly, to squeeze the trigger, to respect the weapon. Safety first. Always. I took the rifle. It felt familiar yet foreign, like holding a piece of my past with new weight. I stepped forward, feet shoulder-width apart, mimicking the stance I hadn't used since I was 16. My heart pounded. I inhaled, exhaled, focused on the sight picture. Squeeze, crack. The bullet punched clean through the bullseye. A few murmurs broke the silence. One SEAL whistled softly. I lowered the rifle, wide-eyed, and turned to Mason. He didn't smile, but his eyes held something. Recognition, approval, maybe a challenge. "Nice shot," he said. "Where'd you learn?" I replied quietly. "My dad." He nodded once and walked away. That moment cracked something open inside me. A door I thought had closed long ago. For the first time, someone on that range saw me, not as the girl behind the line, but as someone who might belong. That night, I couldn't sleep. The weight of the rifle lingered in my hands, the silence of the SEALs echoed in my mind, and Mason's words, "Nice shot," played on repeat. Why had he done it? Was it a test? A gesture? A random moment? I didn't know, but it felt like validation. The next morning, I returned to the range, hoping for another chance. Mason spotted me, walked over, and asked, "You want another go?" I hesitated for a second, then followed him. He handed me the same M4, no instructions, just trust, he said. I fired 3 shots, 2 near the center, 1 dead on. The SEALs murmured again. "She's good," one said. Too clean to be luck, another added. Mason asked about my training. I told him about my dad, a Marine sniper who taught me to shoot soda cans at 300 yards. He nodded thoughtful and invited me to watch their drills up close. I thought civilians weren't allowed that close, I said. I'll allow it. He replied with a slight smirk. You've earned it. That day, I walked beside SEALs, no longer invisible. Mason explained tactics between drills. Quick, efficient summaries I understood instantly from my studies in operations theory. You process fast, he said. You don't flinch. Most people do. I shrugged. I like systems. Chaos has logic if you know where to look. That earned a glance. You ever think about joining? He asked. I laughed. The Navy didn't want me. I applied to the academy. Rejected. My file said I wasn't exceptional enough. Mason stared at me. They didn't look hard enough. Days turned into weeks, and my role began to shift. Mason trusted me with small responsibilities like monitoring drone telemetry during drills. When a drone glitched, I fixed it in 42 seconds. Faster than our last tech officer, Mason said, grinning. The SEALs started to see me differently, not just as an intern, but as someone capable. Then came the Resilience Gauntlet, a brutal, scaled, down version of SEAL training designed for visiting officers and rare civilians. Mason called it voluntary suffering with purpose. I agreed before I fully understood what I was signing up for. I didn't want to hesitate, didn't want to give myself time to back out. The gauntlet began at sunrise, a 1-mile run, tire flips through sand, burpees, rope climbs, and a chest-deep pit of icy water. The cold hit like knives, but I stayed in, lips blue, arms shaking. Next, I said when I climbed out. The challenges kept coming, weighted carries, log lifts, crawling under wire in the blistering sun. 2 candidates quit. I thought of my dad's words, don't stop till you finish. The pain is real, but so is pride. By hour 3, it was just me and one other candidate dragging heavy sleds across gravel. I stumbled, tripped, my body screaming to stop. But I saw the SEALs watching, silent, waiting. So I got up, limped down a slope, picked up my sandbag and kept running, slow, uneven, but forward. I crossed the finish line to stunned silence, then scattered claps, then applause. Mason walked up, handed me a towel, and said, You just did something most don't even attempt. You didn't break. Later, he gave me a Navy SEAL patch, unofficial, but real. We don't give these to civilians, he said. You're not just passing tests. You're rewriting the standard. My journey didn't stop there. Mason recommended me for the Civilian Advanced Training Observation Program, a rare opportunity for non-military personnel. I was accepted, and soon I was reshaping drills, spotting tactical flaws, and earning respect from officers who once dismissed me. One visiting officer ignored my warning about line of sight interference, until his team failed spectacularly, just as I'd predicted. Okay. I'm listening next time, he said. Then came the ultimate test and off-the-books mission to intercept stolen tech in a hostile, controlled warehouse. I wasn't just planning. I was embedded, unarmed, with a SEAL team. My job: hack secured systems in real time without tripping alarms. The team was skeptical at first, but I kept up, caught flaws in their exit plan, and earned their trust. At dawn, we launched. Chopper blades roared. I sat between SEALs, heart steady, eyes alert. When the call came to breach, my fingers flew across the tablet, bypassing encryption, cutting alarms, rerouting feeds. The SEALs moved in like ghosts. 7 minutes later, it was over, flawless. I stood in the darkened room, surrounded by retrieved tech, my heart pounding with pride. They trusted me and I hadn't let them down. Back at base, I was no longer the intern. I was offered a role as a strategic civilian liaison, sitting in briefings, reviewing operations, contributing to decisions. Then came a contract for a direct commissioning program, officer status rare for civilians. I hesitated. I'm scared it'll change me, I told Mason. It should, he said. But if it changes the right parts, that's growth. I stood before a panel of senior officers and accepted the commission. I want to serve, I said. Intelligence without action is wasted. I'm ready to act. They welcomed me as Lieutenant Carter. Weeks later, I boarded a flight to a forward operations command in Europe, an embedded strategist working with international allies. A young specialist approached me, awestruck. You changed the way I think about this job, he said. I smiled. It's not about who shoots fastest. It's about who thinks smartest. My story isn't about becoming a CL or chasing glory. It's about what happens when you show up, work hard, and seize the chances you're given. I started as an invisible intern, replacing paper targets. But with every step, every shot, every fix, every moment of pain and pride, I became someone who mattered. Not because of a uniform, but because of what I proved I could do. You don't need to be in the military to find your place. You don't need permission to be exceptional. You just need to see the patterns in the chaos, trust your instincts, and keep moving forward, even when it hurts. Someone out there, a Mason, a Rise, a team, will see you. And when they do, be ready to take the rifle, to step into the gauntlet, to rewrite the standard. Thank you.